Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of Click Fireball Media. I'm going to be getting into a brand new game this time, and it's going to be pretty good. Realm of Taiwu is actually a spin-off of Scroll of Taiwu. But the thing is that it doesn't have a release date yet. It's just a demo right now. I'm still going to be taking a look at things since I did spot it on Steam, and it got me interested since it's from the same studio that did Realm of Ink. Now, this would be the Sword Spirit. Yuner, you've arrived. I am Huanxin, the Sword Spirit of Fuyu Sword. Evil runs rampant. Foul miasma fills the sky. This land has been utterly corrupted by the disaster of the Xiangshu. We must gather the 10 divine swords. And I'm using a mouse right now, which I'm not really used to. Like, I'm used to using the controller, just hitting the A button or whatever, but I guess you can't do that. This is going to be the main character, Yuner. Back to Huangxin. Xianghu brings ruin to the world. This place ought to be swallowed entirely by darkness. Yet a wisp of pure, clear qi lingers, condensed and unbroken. That must be the aura of the divine sword, or perhaps some other treasure. Careful, they're coming. And things just started. I'm trying to figure out how to move right now. Like you had seen, I had to use the mouse just to get through the dialogue. Now that I'm in the game, I'm still trying to figure out how to move. The left joystick is allowing me to do that. Then the R joystick is kind of tweaking out right now. For some reason, I went to the menu button after hitting the A button, so things aren't making sense. Okay, I'm still... What's this? Alright, I'm starting to get confused as hell. I'm firing. It seems to be auto-firing. Now, when I went through the description of the game, it didn't really say anything about it. Although it does seem like it's a roguelike. I gotta choose between these enlightened skills. Fleeing, true fire key, spew fan-shaped rotating flame ahead of 2 seconds, dealing 5 damage every 0.5 seconds actually. I'm gonna be picking that one. This thing seems pretty strong. I think I got lucky as far as my first skill goes. Still trying to figure things out. And it seems like I have to actually use the mouse and the controller at the same time. Like, this is as demo could get. This makes it kind of hard to play in some ways. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I was to be able to use a controller just as is, then it'll be a whole lot better. But I have to actually hold the controller with one hand, and then a mouse with my other hand, and play that way. Picking that. So it makes it kind of challenging. I'm gonna get used to this. Never played a game where I had to use both a mouse and a controller at the same time. So the devs definitely need to get some work done on that. It's not really working out right now. It also seems like this is an auto shooter. I'm not really pressing any buttons right now. It's just auto firing. So, waiting ode. Summon 4 revolving echo orbs, circling you for 5 seconds. That seems strong enough for me, especially for these bullet hell games, from what it's seeming like right now. Like, that seems to be the overall characteristic of these games, in that you don't need to actually fire your weapon. It just auto fires for you. Young Maidens Weeping. Seems alright. Bamboo Ballad. Seems better. Getting that thing. Now, going to the devs of this game. Their name is Leap Studio. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not. The ones behind Realm of Ink. And they're an indie gaming studio from Beijing, China. Now, the publisher would be For Divinity. They haven't really released too many games. Realm of Ink would probably be their biggest one. They're brand new too. Either way, I'm going back into the game. I'm doing alright right now. I don't really seem to have a life bar at all. Again, Shen's Maiden Weeping. This seems to be the introduction to the game, so I'm not really expecting a life bar. Maybe something is going to be happening pretty soon. That's going to be changing things. Gonna have to see. As right now, I activated that cell. What's inside the cage, it says. I want to know. Probably gonna have to take out a lot more enemies in this area right here. Keep it up. The cage is nearly open, so that's good news. Alright, well, the cage is open. I didn't really get nothing at all. All of a sudden, things ended. Now I met this mysterious creature next, and it turns out that you could actually use this mysterious creature in battle. And I also got the name for this creature, which would be the Moth Maiden. I gotta hit the deploy button. Experience is gonna be increased with this companion right here. Then I went looking around and I found my storage. Doesn't have anything in it. I'm sure when the game fully releases and they have all the items available, I'll be able to fill that up or something like that if I choose to come back to the game. Now there's some right here. I have to hit the F button on my keyboard to actually go into the store. Like I said, I have to play this game with both a mouse, a keyboard, and a controller. I'm multitasking like a psychopath right now. Love Sickness Scarf. Getting items. Can't buy nothing though. Way too expensive. That's going to be coming up a little bit later because there's an easier way to do this, and that would be killing enemies when you return to the map. I actually got a life bar. This is going to be the first map that's available on the game. Going ahead and I'm killing all these enemies. After that, I got a whole bunch of items. And I did a few runs. I lost a couple of times. And I started accumulating a whole bunch of items that I need to sell. Some are good too. Like this epic one, just going to be getting switched out. That rare is getting sold. I'm usually just going for the higher level items as of now. I'm just looking through the stats. And then after that, I found out that after selling all that stuff, you get a bunch of currency, and you could also buy stuff from the store once you refresh it. I just got myself a pretty nice helmet. I'm going to be hooking that up right now onto my character. Selling that thing, don't need it no more. Now the reason to sell it would be that it's filling up a slot. If you're going back on the map and you're picking up items, you can't fill all this stuff up and you won't be able to actually pick up any more items. So maybe this is where the storage comes in. Either way, after a few runs, I'm ready to finish this demo. I came back to this cage. I started things off by just activating it. And I learned to actually kill all these enemies, collect all the currency that's here, and get blood incinerate art for my first enchanted skill. Now this is actually one of my favorite ones since it does affect a couple of enemies and it leaves them kind of cursed for a little bit. This is my second favorite one. Just sprays flames, killing things off. Now the trick to this is like a lot of bullet hills. As I mentioned before, get as much currency as you can, and then look for these question marks on the map. It could be anything too. It could be either a chest, or it could be extra life, more power, whatever. Got that. They're bringing in the big guns. As the minutes go by, they're going to be bringing even crazier enemies. Then the waves are going to get bigger too, so something to watch out for. Just spraying these things down. Whole bunch of orbs are on the ground. Celestial Maiden Tone. No. Blood Incinerate Art again. Picking damage increase. Burning these things down. Keeping it moving. That's what I gotta do. Waiting Ode. Got the orbs back. Now they're bringing in the evil walking heads. That's what it seems like. Well, never mind. They kind of look like heads, but then they have a zombie inside of it. So it was kind of gross. Peaceful Ballad, nah. Xian's Maiden Weeping. Just pick that thing. And I'm going to continue killing. Well, I just had to pick that thing up. I thought it was one of those common items or whatever, but it wasn't. It was actually an item that I needed. Alright, this is kind of hard to move through. Just had to squeeze through that tiny little path in between all those enemies. Powering up, Waiting Ode. Critical hit damage. Just kind of going around in a circle right now. Find that this actually can take out a whole bunch of enemies using that flame. Things seem to be working. Whole bunch of things are not. And I just spotted some life. I need to get to it, but there's a horde of enemies right here. I'll come back later. This is getting too crazy right now. Cooldown reduction. Something that I need. Especially for my flame of death. Oh, how it burns their souls. Waiting Ode. Got pretty powered up already. I'm just going to be doing that. Giant sound wave. Seems to be powering up good enough. The orbs are killing a whole lot of things right now. Even though I have one less of them. This is the price I had to pay. Increased stats. It's everything. Duration. Sacred Fire Probability. I'm all about fire in this game right now. Almost. Except for my orbs. Those things are precious to me. Get that. Range increase. Good enough. Now I'm really killing things. Hordes are getting got right now. Their senses are being dismantled with the fire. Look at that. Well, I can't really pick up the item right now. It's not really special anyways. I'm leaving a lot of items on the ground right now, especially if they're rare. I want legendary. That's what I want. Or epic. That one too. Duration. Picking up more orbs. And I don't know what that is. Kind of looks like a croissant, but a mechanical one. That's evil. No, I'm playing. Can you imagine that evil croissant? What would that be? How would it go about things? Like it curses you when you eat it? You die some horrific death? What am I going to be getting here? Blood incinerate art. Burn spread. Damage increase. That's what I like saying. Especially with all these enemies right here. I need to kill them off as fast as I see them. You know, that would be great. That's the plan. If it doesn't work out like that, then it's over. Just got more healing. Now I could be a little bit more reckless with my gameplay. I don't really care. I'm just going to be healing up anyways. Now here's the first boss. This guy right here is kind of annoying. He has some dash attacks, his AoE attack. There is a gap in between those half spheres and all that stuff. So you have to find that gap and actually stand there in order to avoid damage. Giant sound wave. It's going to be reducing my orbs again, which is only going to be giving me 2 orbs. I kind of like having 3 orbs right now. Gotta get away from that horde. This is a little bit too much, especially with the boss. Now there's a mini boss mixed in there too. I don't know if you can see that or not, but he's in there. Not dealing with this. Alright, getting that. Range increase. Nah, damage increase. 10%, it's not too much, but then all those incremental increases, it adds up. 10% here, 10% there, that's all of a sudden like 30-40% extra damage. I'm trying to avoid all this stuff. The AoE circles right now are kind of ridiculous. Like you're seeing, well, they're just covering the ground with all these AoE circles, and it makes it kind of hard to move. Well, I'm kind of got right there. It's all good. I actually have an item that gives me 2 death defiances. So I'm good right now. Damage increase, always welcome. I want to get things gone as fast as possible. And I can't do that without damage. Finally had to pick up that healing. I was almost done. Not anymore. Almost back to full life. Just need to keep running away from this horde. Making the correct movements. Not trying to get caught up. And it is kind of a challenge playing with a mouse and controller. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but it kind of is. Damage increase. Got it again. I must have like 100 enemies trying to kill me right now. I'm still not dying. I don't care. Even if I have to use a mouse and a controller at the same time. Just had to say it again. Couldn't control it. Bamboo mallet. Alright, I'm getting them. Gotta pick up all those items. I feel like upgrading my blood incinerate art. Duration is improved. Fleeing true fire. Range increase. Gotta love that. Now this is actually my favorite one here, Separation Fire Key Evolution 2, which is actually making your skill become this long fire pillar from what they're calling it. And it turns the flame into blue. Has a lot of killing power, which is why I like it. Seeing things die. I would be enjoying things more if I didn't have to use mouse and controller though. Alright, a whole bunch of things appeared. Need to pick up that chest. Picking all this up, getting more life, because I need it. And also I'm seeing an epic item. I had to pick that up too. Alright, need to upgrade that. Damage increase. Or Sacred Fire probability. I'm thinking that might be stronger. Well, damn, what happened there? They just rushed me from all sides. This is getting hectic. It's almost boss time. That's what it means. Only have 32 life points. Hopefully I can get... What? Damn. Almost died right there. Down to 3 life points now. Bamboo ballad. Nah, I'm gonna be getting that. And more damage increasing. Because I need to see more enemies die in front of me. Because I need to be savage right now. Even when I died, my character just blew everything up. Had to go out with a bang. Dragon Pearl Spit. Getting that. Dragon Ball power. You already know. Going to be going Goku on all these people. Well, they're not people at all. They're all demons and stuff. Regardless of that, they're going to die. I see something down here. Need to get it while trying to avoid this horde. What was the epic item? I think I want it. Let me get that. 1 life point. Is there anything going to be saving me right now? I honestly don't know. Well, damn. Boss just appeared out of nowhere. Avatar of Shengshu. My bad about that. Mispronounced that first. Blood Maple. Get that. Sacred Fire probability has been increased. I don't know what the scroll does. It's been sitting here this entire time. I've tried to activate it. I've hit the mouse. I've hit buttons on my keyboard, controller. Nothing's working on that thing. I don't know why. Blue Flame of Doom. This monster's going to be dying eventually. Eventually. It's not going to die hella fast because it has a huge life bar. So I'm going to be running around, trying to take this thing down. This is the first time I'm actually facing this avatar of Shengshu. Even though I don't speak Mandarin, you know, I'm trying to get it right. Actually speak Khoisan. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but you know what I'm saying. I'm representing hard. Alright, I'm backing up a little bit. I'm blasting with that blue flame still. Is almost down to half life. And these hand things are kind of hard to deal with. It slows you down. You can't really move around. So you're kind of at the mercy of the boss. And hopefully you move around just enough to avoid that attack. Like I'm doing right there. Well, I kind of got hit a little bit. Alright, this is a problem. Glad the boss did not charge at me. I would have been done. I'm just saying. Got hit by that thing again. Gotta try to avoid this stuff while moving around the field. My only advantage right now would be mobility. I don't want to lose that. So I'm gonna keep it moving. Ah, damn. Almost got blasted again. Have to pick up all those orbs. This gives me another upgrade to my lighting skills. Get that. Increasing my duration with that skill. Picking some of this stuff up so I could get more upgrades. Now I'm seeing that there's some to pick up maybe up there. I'm kind of interested since I need life. It's this thing. It doesn't give me anything. It's essentially useless in my eyes. I can just toss it away right now. I wasn't thinking about it again. Getting close to end. That kind of looks like a Kuma right there. All right, hold on. This thing's getting closer to me. I want to keep my distance. Only 14 life points. I'm gonna make this happen. Regardless of whatever. Getting even closer now. That was kind of close in itself. A few millimeters. Still lost some life. It's over. Destroy that thing. Got legendary items, epic items that I can't fully pick up because of the issue that I was talking about before. My inventory's full. It kind of sucks in that way. I'm hoping that they fix that by game release. There should be a way to actually pick all this stuff up and put it in your storage when you get back to wherever you got to get back to. Well, the stage has been cleared. There's all my stats. Survival duration of 14 minutes and 12 seconds. Little message from Huangxin. You truly have not failed the hopes I placed in you. Even amidst this age of chaos, you carved open a path to survival. And that's going to be the end of the demo. I know it wasn't really too long, but I think I had a fair amount of fun with it. Not hella fun because I had to use a controller and a mouse at the same time. But hopefully, by the time this game fully releases or it gets into early access, they fix that and I'm going to be able to actually play with a controller by itself. Beyond that, this game does have its high points as far as a bullet hell goes. It kind of blends in the roguelike elements a little bit more in this game, which I do like. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode and you found it fun or whatever, you can leave the episode a like, subscribe, and even slap in that notification button if you want to know when the newest videos are coming out. I want to thank you and everyone that subscribed to the channel. Until next time, I'm hoping y'all have a good one. Peace out.